russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Bro, listen, wrestling has become a cult. And Triple H and Tony Khan are the cult leaders. And I believe these are roles that are very, very important to them. Apparently, it's important to these individuals that their little cult and their little niche audience puts them over, regardless of how bad shows are, regardless to dwindling numbers, week after week after week. It's important to the cult leader to be put up on a pedestal. How did this all come about? Because, Stevie, let's face it, we are dealing with a 100% cult.
They don't look at anything in their product from an objective reality and how it can be. Everything's perfect, guys. Look. Nothing.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you, bro. I was going to ask you, why do you think they don't? And I think you just answered it. They believe they're in the perfect bubble?
Yes, because nobody is held. I think the only last time besides WCW was when ECW as well offered some sort of competition to make them look and say, wow, well, look at that. That's crazy. We're kind of falling, because we are very much, I think right now, even though the TV licensing is a false positive of making money that way, the characters seem like they're almost on a level of the early 90s with the TL Hopper and the Duke the Dumpster Drozies, very milquetoast and very vanilla characters before the Attitude Era. So maybe there'll be another one, but I don't think so, because nobody is going into Vince's office or Hunter's office saying this product stinks and it needs to be better.
Okay, so what about the mentality, though, you just talked about the cult leaders. The cult leaders believe everything is hunky-dory. We don't need to change anything. It's all working regardless of the numbers that are staring them in the face. How did we get to this cult audience where if somebody takes a shit in the middle of the ring, they're going to give it 5 stars? And if you argue with them, bro, a hellstorm is coming at you.
It reflects society. It reflects every day what we see with the people that are allowed to ask questions of the people in power, and approved questions for people, of reporters at the White House, all that stuff. They will only talk within an echo chamber, and you can only say good things about them. That's the whole theory about Meltzer with AEW being paid to basically just be PR for them. Who's to say that other people that are interviewing and doing these different things aren't a kind of in the fold and paid by WWE, if not with money, with access? Because that's your bread and butter. If you ask a tough question, you're going to be right there with us. You might as well join Channel Attitude, because you're blacklisted.
The outsider fan base are just, and especially the dirt sheets, just want access. Stevie nailed it with the White House press conference. They're all loaded questions, and the ones that they don't want to avoid, they already have the lip service answer made up for, and the scrum is the same thing.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to interrupt you, because when you make a comment like that, Ben, I want to dive deeper. Okay, guys, we are fans of things. We are all fans of things. Okay, well, whether it's TV, be television, sports, entertainment, an actor, an actress, we are all fans of things. But yet we don't crave that access. We don't crave it. So let's get in a little deeper, Ben. Why are they craving that access? Why do they feel this need to be a part of it, other than just a fan to enjoy it?
The sheets you're talking here, just to clarify, is their own.
The sheets and the fans, bro.
The sheets is for their own self-importance, to go from being fanboys to now have access, and then WWE sells for the sheets that gave them, in their mind, some credibility or in. So they're going to keep putting shit over, because if you were to actually deconstruct this as a media viewer or a journalist, you would look at it with fair eyes. Instead, you've got these rose-colored glasses on that shit is bad, but you're putting it over and putting the spin on it because you don't want to lose your foothold to get Madcap Moss on fucking Wrestle Inc. or whatever the fuck it is, right? Like, that's the reason. Instead of being critical, those inside the company, both companies, AEW, WWE, and NWA, as we've recently seen, right? With the vision of what things are, the workers might toe that line or block somebody on Twitter after they get called out for their stupid bullshit. But they know. We talk with people inside AEW, and all the time it's like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. It's not like they're like, this is the best ever and we're killing it. Regal comes in, these are children, he leaves. Punk, same thing. So, like, inside the cult, to get you in, they'll bring you in with the money. But once the bullshit's there, you can't just sit there and go, I drink the Kool-Aid and I agree. When you see everything is wrong, you know that the FBI is coming to burn this place down, or it might be an inside job at that point. So all cults will rise and fall like that. And then when it comes to the sheep of the fans, they want to be tribal. They want to be the flock. And at one time, you were the cult leader. You might not have been in front of the camera as much. They were following what you were doing with Attitude Era stuff, and I was one of them. This is what it is.
Hold on for a second, Ben and Stevie. When you say they want to be part of the flock, you need to explain that to me, because being part of the flock to me is just going along with everybody else and not having a mind of your own and not having critical thought. I don't understand the appeal of wanting to be like everybody else. Can you explain that to me?
That's just human DNA of tribalism, bro. We want to find our niche. I enjoy whatever it is, whatever groups you belong on Facebook. For me, wrestling things to post. We're all going to find our micro demographic of like-minded thinkers who enjoy the same thing on variable levels of how they understand it. There's going to be noobs in one thing who think it was the greatest match ever because they did 68 moves that meant fuck all. And then the wrestling purists can go, if they would have done that one move right there, then you would understand it. Now, that fan might come up to that level eventually, but we're all in the same goddamn boat, regardless, watching stupid fucking wrestling. It's just how we view it. And people want to feel like they're knowledgeable and a nerd for something, Star Wars, whatever it is. So we find our tribes that way throughout life. Now, unfortunately, the content we're feeding this one is getting worse and worse and worse.
Stevie, let me ask you this based on what's been said. Is there going to be a crumbling down? Stevie, do you think we're there? I mean, again, bro, like I keep looking at, okay, bro, is 1 million the watermark? Is that what we're talking about here? Because when you start looking at hour by hour, bro, listen, hour 3 is about to dip below 1.4. That's going to be next. You're always going to have those million people, Stevie. So, I mean, are we close to bottoming out?
With numbers wise, yeah, quite possibly. I mean, during the era, we thought there was people literally locked into their homes,
right,
and not going anywhere, and the ratings didn't even go up. As a matter of fact, they went down over time. That proves how bad the product is right there. With the recession here, or the worst recession coming in the next few months, when those deals are up, those TV licensing deals, because everybody within the bubble thinks there's no way a network can just cancel a wrestling show. There has to be all this stuff, like it's a real product to them. If they wanted to cut it, I'll bring this up again, Khan's dad could just snap his fingers and AEW be gone tomorrow. I don't want my financial future in the hands of that kid with the father with the purse strings that can stand to lose 20 to 30 million a year. But then when it gets to 100, 110, now we're out of this thing with no regard for 150 people under contract.
And bro, let's look what happened with Spike, Stevie. It's this simple too. You may have these networks towing the line. Do we renew or don't we renew? And then a Dixie Carter come along, like Ben said, and saying we want more money, and like that's all the network needs to say. Like that one, they're looking for that one little thing to push them to one side. And it could be as simple as that, Stevie. I don't think people understand that. Spike was ready to renew. Dixie went to them with a bigger number. They didn't even negotiate. They said, nope, that's it. It was a one-time offer. And Dixie even said, whoa, 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 whoa. And they said, nope, it was a one-time offer. Sorry. It's that simple.